So tonight, I want to explain a little bit about Sufism first. In every heart, deep down inside the heart, there is a seed. And it's a seed of love that lives inside the heart. Now, most people, they have like a protective covering over that seed. It's like they're closed inside. And because of that covering, the love is locked inside their heart and they don't know how to get it out. So what you actually have, if you walk around and you look at most relationships, is you have people who have this beautiful love inside, and then they have this covering over their heart, and then from this place they're trying to find the love with their beloved, and they can't understand why they can't find it. And they're trying so hard, but they can't find it. These teachings are very simple. They're really about how do you take off this covering, how do you open it up, how do you reach inside your heart to that really deep place inside and find that divine love inside of you. How do you open that love step by step by step so that you can then share it with the person that you feel like you want to share it with. That's the essence of these teachings. Okay. So I want to just show you this over here on the board a little bit. Steve, I don't know, let me see, I guess I can scan up here if I move it over. No, I think I moved them, but I didn't move my own here, Steve. Let's see here. There you go. Okay. Okay, so inside of our heart, deep inside of our heart, there's something called a place of divine love. And I've drawn this picture over here so you can see it. Here is the heart. Okay, and I don't mean the physical heart, but I mean the actual heart of the human being, the energy heart, the love heart. And the heart sits inside of the body. Here's the body over here, and here's the mind up here, and inside the body is the ego self. So there's an ego self inside that. Okay? Now, most people in the world have touched the self and kind of know their heart a little bit, but they're having trouble really knowing their heart. The heart is really blocked. Okay? And they've learned to relate between the ego selves. So in relationship, they relate from the ego selves. Most people take about 20 to 25 years to learn to reach their heart and reach their beloved's heart, and for these two hearts to come together. Okay? Now, inside of your heart, deep inside, is something called the soul heart. The soul heart is made of qualities. It's like very, very deep, very beautiful divine light or divine qualities. And every heart is different. Okay, so for example, one heart is more of the love. One heart has more knowledge in it. One heart has more of the light of beauty. One heart has more of the light of freedom. One light has power. So the soul lights are very different, and they live inside the heart. And they're your natural qualities. So each person has a very natural quality. And we're all different. So what actually happens is in the deepest level of the soul, people, if they can find their quality and take that quality and connect it to the qualities of the other, they can join these two hearts together and they can actually overlay these qualities. Okay, it looks something like this. Let me show it to you. We take the one heart and we bring it over like that. And we take the second heart and we bring it over like this. And we overlay those qualities inside so that there's a very, very powerful alignment of the qualities. Okay? And what that looks like is that, for example, the love of one becomes the love of the other. See how it comes down like that? Oh, let me put that down. And the goodness of the other becomes the goodness of the other one. And the mercy becomes together, and the compassion comes together, and the beauty comes together, and the freedom comes together. And you have an overlaying of the lights of your souls deep inside, and that causes a very powerful merging of the consciousness. The consciousness comes together very, very deeply. You actually become one soul. You actually become one soul. The two souls join together and they become one. Okay? This merging of your soul and your beloved soul is an incredible experience. It's as if the very veils between you have disappeared and you become synchronistic, you become one. And the feeling of it is almost, it's like immediate, instant knowing and recognition of your beloved. When this happens for you, you will literally know what they think. You will know what they feel. You will know how they're feeling, why they're feeling. It's like this very, very, very powerful depth of love that has become so strong between you that there's no longer separation. Like right now you may say, well, what are you thinking? Well, what are you feeling? Right? But when this happens, you will know so deeply what they're thinking. You will know so deeply what they're feeling because they've become you and you've become them. It's a very, very high, very, very deeply beautiful state of being. Now, God, or Allah, God wants to bring all souls that are in relationship into this state. This is a very, very deeply holy state. Because once you come together in this state, these qualities, these human qualities will begin to change. They begin to accelerate. Okay? And as they accelerate, the divine light begins to appear inside the souls like that. It shows up inside the souls. Okay? And it begins to act like a star. It's like a star is created inside of you, something like that. And that star is immense. It's like, the star heart becomes so powerful between you that it lifts your whole soul upward. It's literally like your soul gets wings. And it goes upwards, it goes deeper, it goes further. It's lifted out of this humanity, and it's brought deeply into the world of divinity. It's lifted and it's taken out of the soul world and it's brought up. This whole aspect is brought up to here. It's lifted up and brought into the divine world together. Now that bringing up into that level is the completion of the human journey, the first human journey. All humans are on earth to reach this level. We're all here for that. We're all walking to that. Some of us will reach it, some of us will not reach it, some of us will walk halfway, some people will die and they'll never walk anywhere. There's all the possibilities. It lives in our hands. But the truth, in my understanding, is that what the ultimate role is for our souls to reach the divine union here. This is what we're all doing. Now, many people try to do this by themselves and they work on their own. But you know what? It's nicer to do it in relationship. It's more holy, it's more beautiful, it has more love to it. It's like you can go to God as a flute, or you can go to God as an orchestra. You have your choice. If you do it all by yourself, you're like a flute. But if you do it with your beloved, it's like an orchestra. It opens so powerfully. There's so much beauty and so much light and so much goodness. I believe it actually is a nicer way to go. I like it better with a beloved than by yourself. Okay, now, to do that, it requires that you deeply surrender to your beloved. You have to find a beloved who wants to go with you. Okay, so for those of you that might be single, it's nice to have a beloved who wants to go with you. Okay, now if you're with somebody and they don't want to go, There are ways to work with them so that they open, so that they will go. Okay, it's possible. But to do that, it means that you have to be willing to be with somebody that you want to merge all the way with. In other words, you need to choose somebody who you want to go completely into their being, all the way into their being. All right, so that's why in Sufism we like you, once we choose a partner, we like you to stay with your partner. We don't want to see divorce if possible. We don't want to see change, because through these processes, we're going to make you into one divine being with your beloved. And once you're merged like this, you don't want to separate it. We don't want to pull you apart. We want to keep you together. We want you to be one. So you're open, and you allow yourself to begin this process. We can begin to take this divine light and bring it into your heart even today. We start the process, we bring it into your heart today, and then we begin the process of anchoring it inside of your secret heart. Okay, can everybody see this up on the board? I don't know if you can make it out or not. Right over here, here's your soul. Inside of your soul, there's a very special room. It's called the secret. It sits right here. Okay, this is called the secret heart. Inside the secret heart is where the light of divinity lives. This blue light represents the divine light. It lives inside your secret heart. Now, when you start to access this light and you start to open this light inside of you, you're going to have an amazing experience. The first thing you're going to begin to experience is joy. You begin the process of experiencing joy. That joy then opens up into many qualities, such as strength. You begin to have real strength inside yourself. You start to have real love inside yourself. It'll start to develop this deeper and deeper until you start to have all these qualities like beauty and goodness and oneness. So this process of opening to that level is what we're going to try to teach you if you come to the relationship course. But how to find your heart? How do you actually find your heart? How do you find this heart? Okay. Then how do you get to know this heart so that you really know your heart and you really know the love? How do you know that heart deep down? Then, when you begin to know this heart, how to reach inside to the soul. And this is the real tricky part, by the way, is how to find the soul inside of your heart. And then after that, we begin to move into this, what's called the secret, and we begin to open this step by step by step until this heart merges with that heart over here. Okay? So, and then we come up in here. Okay. So, let me stop with that for a moment and ask you, is there any questions about any of that? Does that seem very clear, or what's your thoughts on that so far? You're either stunned or you're going to sleep. Which is it?
I think they're stunned. I have a question.
Yeah, who's speaking there? I can't see who's talking. Yeah.
Sukaina,